Hello. My videos are a bit like buses. They all seem to come at once. So after 2 years and then 2 videos this month. So I'm up here with Rachel, the daughter, and Cyclewise running a Deviate demo. So they've kindly let me demo one of this, which is a Claymore, Deviate Claymore. So it's the big bike, 180mm travel. It's got lots of fanciness down the bottom there for the rear triangle. So I'm going to take it down North Loop. Maybe not the best test for it, but it's what we've got here. So we're going to take it down that and see how it rides. So it's a pretty good spec really. I think it's 29 front and back. It's got one up seat post on it. I don't know how much it costs, but it's probably expensive, Rach, isn't it?
Yeah,
you reckon expensive?
It's an
expensive bit of bling. Fox suspension on it. So it looks good. So we'll take it for a ride and see how we go on. It was fine. I've just pedalled up here on it, and it pedalled up quite nicely for such a big bike. I mean, I'd say 180mm travel bike, and it pedalled up the hill. Maybe not quite as good as my Yeti, but certainly not far off it. Not far off it. Right, it's climbing up here nicely. Yeah, this is a large size, so it's just the right size for me. It does feel like quite a big bike though. It's quite a long bike, but it feels good. Feels good on the climb. Nice long seat post on it. I don't know what brakes are on it. Looks Shimano. As he crashes into something while I'm looking at the XTs. A little pedal strike going up that. Obviously quite long cranks on this. I haven't locked the suspension out, which often helps with pedal strikes when you're climbing, because obviously the bike tends to sit a bit lower when you haven't got it locked. But I didn't want to mess about with it. My Yeti was terrible for pedal strikes, but I've just recently put some 165 cranks on it, and I can really feel the difference in the cranks. I mean, it's brilliant for climbing now, but the obviously the shorter levers, I reckon I've lost a cog off the back by going, because I had 175s on, and probably I should have gone for 170s, but I went for 165s because it had 175s on it. But brilliant for climbing now, but as I say, I've lost the gear. And I've got the old Eagle on it, which is the 52 on the back, and I think I'm running a 30 on the front. So anyway, that's not about this bike here, which is what I'm supposed to be talking about, the Claymore. As I say, it seems to climb up here very nicely. I didn't realise, I know it's a high pivot bike, but I hadn't realised that actually it's got bearings that go on the bottom bracket, and and that's where it pivots. So it's got 2 arms, one to the shock and then one to the rear triangle. And obviously the bike's got a high pivot on it, so the bike can move. So it has a much more natural path over obstacles. When it hits something, instead of stopping you and losing speed, it'll tend to roll over, or that's the idea anyway. Obviously I'm not really going to test that today, because you really need somewhere with a little bit of chunk to try that, and North Loop hasn't really got much chunk. Well, Whinlatter doesn't really, because it's trail centre, but you know, you want to go down something really gnarly and rocky to try it out. We'll see how it works. Have to watch the puddles on the GoPro, because it hasn't. Same with the high bike, it doesn't have a mud guard on it, so it's these Shimano brakes are very grabby. You know, as soon as they hit their bite point, you really feel the bike jerking, unlike my SRAM brakes I use on my bike, which are like a much more progressive feel. It does roll nicely though. Whether that's to do with the rear swinging or it's the fact that it's got decent bearings in it. It's a newish bike. Who knows? Yeah, they do this bike here. Oh shit. I'll have to cut that bit out, won't I? Just caught my bloody foot on the peg there. On the root. They do this, and they do the Highlander, which is a 160mm travel bike. As I was saying, this is 180. I think the Highlander would probably be a better bike for me, to be honest with you. I mean, it's quite nice having these sort of big travel bikes, because if you go to the bike park, like I'm doing next weekend, you know, it's almost like having a downhill bike, isn't it? But I think probably the Highlander is probably for most of the riding I do, is probably the right bike. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to get a demo on it today, so I've only got to demo the big bike. But there is that, you know, okay, I only go a few times a year, but you know, going to Atherton Bike Park or going to Bike Park Wales, it's nice to have that big bike for those sort of locations. So I mean, I could be tempted with one of these if my Yeti comes to the end of its life, which is, it's costing me a lot of money at the moment, the Yeti. But it's like a car. I've just spent whatever 300 quid on it, and on a new crank and it needed a new well, basically a new back wheel, and then all the other things it needed replacing, like tyres and brake pads and all that sort of stuff. So it's costing me quite a bit of money. So I mean, if ever something happened to the frame on it, I would maybe certainly consider one of these, because it's a nice bike. And the other thing about Deviate is they do, fucking hell, I'm not a very good rider today. They do a discount for I'll tell you what, we'll do that again, because that was hopeless. I think I was too busy chatting. Right, let's try again. The good thing about Deviate is that they have like a guide program. So if you're a guide, you can get a discount on the bikes, and they also put you onto their guide page, because they have like a sort of a Deviate on their website. They've got a sort of, I suppose it's a recommended guide or guides or something, mountain bike guides. You know, obviously you have to ride a Deviate bike to be on that page, but that would be nice. Every little helps, and it's nice to see them support stuff like that, because you know, it's an expensive business riding bikes, especially if you use them a lot like I do. You know, a bit of manufacturing support doesn't go amiss. As I say, my Yeti's costing me a lot of money at the moment. Yeah, so far very nice. I mean, it's not, as I say, it's not a massively good test of it, just going down here, but this little drop. I suppose I better do the black bit just because I'm on a big long travel bike. Not that it's that much more different to the other side. Yeah, it seems like a really nice suspension platform, but obviously new suspension, and there's a really rocky bit coming up down here, which will be a good test of it. And that is pretty rocky, all those, can't get the words out of my mouth here, all those braking bumps up there, it is quite rough that, and this just went over them lovely. I mean, that could be nice new suspension, or it could be something to do with the high pivot, but mind you, I'm pretty used to riding my hardtail these days, so it could just be the fact that it's a full suspension. Nice though. I certainly wouldn't complain if someone gave me one of these. I'm not sure what the pricing is on it. I mean, it's probably the same sort of pricing level as any other sort of boutique type bike. Yeti or Santa Cruz, I'd imagine their pricing's pretty much the same. Good though. I think though you want to have a proper ride. I mean, I've just done the downhill or north on it, and I think you'd want to have a day out on it really to get the full feel of it. But my first impressions of it were a really nice bike. Rides really well, climbs really well. If you want a mega long travel enduro beast, then I would imagine you couldn't go far wrong with one of these. I'll show the bike again. That's it, the Deviate Highlander, Fox 38s on the front, Conti tyres on it. Really nice bike. So I really enjoyed riding that. Really nice bike. I said I don't know what the pricing is on it, but definitely if I was thinking of upgrading from my Yeti, I would certainly look at one of those or the Highlander. Just took some pictures of it, and then I thought, well, I may as well get the GoPro out, and I'll do a little video on this one as well. Yeah, awesome. Because we've got time, if you don't mind, that is. Yeah. Well done, mate. So good job. You feeling your bike fitness improving, or are you just feeling knackered? Oh, my zipper's done up, Rach.
Yes, Dad.
Cool, yeah. Great stuff.
Yeah, I feel like
Poor Rach. We'll have a nice gentle roll back home. Well, we'll see what this is like. I'll have to remember the brakes are the wrong way around. Yeah. Back brake, back brake, back brake, back brake. See if I remember. Right, so I managed to blag a ride on the Highlander, which I'm riding now. I've just ridden up on it. Very nice bike, climbs lovely. I have to remember though, the brakes are the wrong way around. So if I go flying into a hedge somewhere, you'll know why. It feels really nice, the Highlander, and it climbed nicely. I suspect it's got shorter cranks on. I mean, they're both largers, but I suspect this has got like 170s rather than 175s on it maybe. Because I didn't pedal strike on the way up. It could just be it's got a higher bottom bracket, but it climbed up here really nicely. I mean, although I'm not pinning it down here, it feels really nice, soaking up the braking bumps really well. I'm just being a little bit cautious because of these brakes, because it's not a demo bike. The guy who's running the demo, because I wasn't booked on to have a Highlander, but it's actually the bloke's bike. He's French, that's why the brakes are the wrong way around. So he very kindly let me ride his, which was very nice of him. So I said, well, I'll just take it for a quick ride around. So I'm only doing the bottom bit of south, which is obviously the flow section, rather than the technical top part, which would have probably been a better test. But I didn't want to be too long on it because we'll want to get packed up. But yeah, it seems really nice. I mean, it does feel very different to the Claymore. Certainly much more agile and climbs a little bit better. But you know, not significantly. I mean, what I like about having a big bike, like if you go to a bike park and you want to really do some gnarly stuff, you've got that big bike. What I don't like about this is obviously it's a bit like riding driving a long wheelbase van. They're so long and big, these bikes, and it's obviously a little bit heavier. It doesn't, when I pick this up, it doesn't feel massively heavier though. Maybe a kilogram, but I'm gonna ask the guy when I get back what the weights of them are. But all right, Rach, yeah. Cool. We'll just do this last little bit down to the car park. It was good, Rach, I enjoyed it. It rode really nicely actually. Did it? I mean, you know, I wouldn't complain if I had either of these bikes, to be honest with you. I mean, they're both on par with my Yeti, I would say. I mean, this climbs slightly better, and it has a much more sort of like, you know, full tight technical stuff. I think this would be a better bike to ride. But for the big bike park stuff, I think the extra travel on that Highlander. But to be honest with you, unless you're going to go fast, I don't think it really makes a lot of difference, you know. You know, if you were in enduro race or somewhere. To be honest with you, I think this is actually the right bike for me. If I was going to pick them all, and I was given a choice, I think this would be the bike for me. I just got tagged in the eye with a bit of right into the glasses. And this hasn't got a mud guard on either. I was thinking because it was the guy's bike, he might have put mud guard on it. Yeah, I think on balance though, I think if I was going to buy one, I think I would probably go for this Highlander rather than the but it's okay.